Hi everyone, my name is Mark Deere and I'm a filmmaker. And in today's video I thought I'd wrap up my series that I did about making a short film. I entered this small competition where you had to make a 30-second short film in 3 shots, like 3 shots exactly. So I've talked about it in the last couple of videos because it was kind of hijacked what I was doing with these videos for the last couple of days. We spent Monday last week, so it's a week ago, shooting the first video, and I edited it, and then on the Thursday I shot the second idea. So the first one was called Squint and the second one was called Trip, and the second one had my daughters in it, and the first one had me and Candice, my wife, in it. And yeah, it was just great fun making the short films. So they announced the winners this morning and I wasn't one of the winners, but or the winner, and there was second and third and I didn't get second or third either, but that's okay. And I wasn't really expecting to get anywhere. Like I said in my last video, I think the main reason you want to be making films is to kind of preserve how you felt, or things from your life, or ideas that kind of mean something to you. So both of the videos mean something to me, and I figure I can actually show them and then I'll talk about them. I figure this will be the first video where I actually edit away from me talking in a video to show you the video, so I'll put them in this video. I've also already shared them publicly this morning, so they're actually going to, in the playlist, you'll see those videos before you see this video. But that's okay, they're 30 seconds, so I'll just put them on and you can skip them if you've already seen them before. But yeah, I'll just say quickly that just having kind of an ass kick to do something narrative. Sorry, I'm going to get mozzie bitten today in this park. I think it rained last night. Being kind of having a motivation to do something where it's so easy, like you can't really fail, you know, like 3 shots, 30 seconds, like anybody can do it. So I'm glad I kind of put in the effort, and the first one probably would have been fine, but I'm glad I did the second one as well because it meant more to me, I think, than the first one was just an idea, whereas the second one was kind of definitely is going to contain more meaning, and especially as the years go on, it'll contain more meaning. And I talked about that with a decent amount of detail in the last video. But with that done, I'm going to cut away from myself for the first time ever in one of the videos, this series of 100. I might eventually, by video 70, I might just be editing them the whole time. I do mini documentaries the whole time. But right now I'm just doing long takes. But this is the first time I've cut away from a long take. So I'm just going to let you see the first film, which was the one I made on Monday last week, called Squint. So I'll cut to that now and we'll come back and talk about it in a sec. All right, 30 seconds goes pretty quickly. The shot in the middle is a bit long, so I don't know what you thought of it, but you know, have a think. And that's the thing, I think for me, I didn't put a lot of effort in. I didn't do any specific lighting. I just used we were just near a window. It's funny because it was only me and Candice when we shot Squint. And so the first shot I kind of set up for myself and focused and everything. And I got Candy to stand nearby and just check the monitor while I was doing it, but like we kind of just did that one. And then the second shot, we were both in it. We literally had the camera, like my Alexa, which I've shown in a couple of earlier videos, a massive, heavy, like 20-kilogram camera rig up on the bed over us, so like ready to come and like smash us. But there was no one operating it. I had the monitor turned around so we could sort of see it. So it kind of just was what it was, and like nailing the positioning of the hand was really hard and stuff. But we had a lot of fun, and we did it reasonably quick. We did more takes than I should have done. I think we probably spent about an hour filming. I probably would have said in the video where I said I made a short film, or I made the first one and then I made a second one because the audio ran out. But in those first 2 videos, I'm sure I probably said exactly how long it took. I already don't remember. Isn't it funny how you don't remember things? And I'm sure in my series of videos I've made, because this is video 33, I'm sure in the series I've already said things, and you try to remember back, and I don't know if I remember right or wrong. It's all funny how memory is not the same thing as reality, you know. But I'm always doing my best to remember it. If I ever see anything specifically as wrong, I'll correct it, you know. But so I watched them back when I'm subtitling, and I think everything's been reasonably close to correct that I've ever said. But yeah, I can't remember exactly, but I think it was about an hour and a half, because we had to go pick up Sonny from school. So we shot it reasonably quickly, but maybe I did 3 or 4 takes, I can't remember. Maybe I didn't even, maybe we only did like 2 takes, I can't remember. I don't know, we were trying to nail it for a while, but I think I had the camera initially off to the side, and it just didn't look good. Like it just wasn't a good take. Like I could probably cut an insert of that in or something now so you can see the alternative take that I thought about doing, and then I cut to the one where it was up on the bed looking right down at us. I think it was a better angle. there's still not a lot. You can't see the world outside of the film, so I don't know if it's good enough world building. But again, like, it's 3 shots, 30 seconds. I didn't want to overthink it. I was just like, it's this idea where I'll be watching stuff and Candy pushes the phone away because she needs glasses and can't be bothered getting her glasses. So she just pushes it away. But then as she pushes it away, it makes me need to squint because I can't see. So then I'll pull it close so I don't have to squint because I have near vision and need glasses for long distances. But see, she'll have to push it so far away, it's like just goes out of focus for me. So sometimes, and this was my original goal for squint, was that I'd pull it to the middle and we'd like compromise. So both of us only squint a little bit if we even need to squint at all. Because like in the middle, you know. We just eye strain without having to squint too badly. Anyway, that was that one. And I mean, I hopefully got a laugh the first time you saw it for you. I don't know, because, you know, if you're being really kind, I'll let Candy do that. I'll just sit and watch it blurry, you know, like that's the joke. But the competition was meant to tell a story and evoke some sort of emotion. I mean, I guess getting someone to laugh evokes happiness. I don't know, maybe older people can relate to it. But yeah, I sat on it for a day or two and I hadn't added the score to it. I just used an app called Filmstro, which is like a web app, to score it because you can kind of time it up to the thing, and I just didn't want to spend a lot of time like doing a score myself. Anyway, so and I did that after I'd done the second film. So that was the first film. I've talked about that. Let's talk about the second film. So it was called Trip, and it was about a girl tripping over. I'll let you watch it first. So we'll cut away from me again and watch the 30-second short.
Slow down, you're moving too
Elise, hurry up.
I can't catch you if you fall. There's no rush to move, 'cause I will always meet you where you are.
Thanks, Lucy. I love you.
Okay, cutting back. So I don't know what you thought. Was it a bit too sappy? It kind of, in going for emotion, I almost got on the nose with like being too emotional, you know, and it's just hard to get a story in 30 seconds. So I kind of originally thought like the youngest, the older kid would be like a bit more attitudey and stuff, and you'd kind of get that sense like, oh, they don't have a great relationship. But in 30 seconds, it was so hard to play that, and in one shot, it was so hard to play that out. And I could have tried different angles, but I storyboarded this one, you know, so I kind of figured that the best angle would be from behind them, down the path, so they could be like going in one direction to do whatever they have to do for a rush. It was to pick up a kid from school. And, but then when she falls over, this person, like, she doesn't have face. She's like, I better run after her because she's always getting angry at me. But then she kind of sees, oh, she came back for me, and that's the whole thing that gets an emotional reaction. And so for me, like I said in video 4, take 4 of I made a short film, I talked about how like those girls' relationships been getting closer lately because they have a big age gap, but it's just beautiful seeing them. They're just the right ages. Like Lucy's 14 and Elise is 8, so they're just like, it's just nice, you know. And so I'll remember them together as sisters from that film, even though it goes for 30 seconds, more than I care if I won the competition or, you know, even communicated the story that much. It was all about, it was much more personal. And I'm really proud of them. I think they do a really good job. So, you know, let me know in the comments. They'll get a kick out of hearing that you thought they were good. So if you think they were good, you know, just write a comment that they were good, even if the film was subpar. Anyway, I was really proud of it. And I'm still really proud of it. Like, and it's funny because I'm out of practice, you know, like it's been quite a while. And it's funny how I think I need to start doing shooting. That's what I've realized from this. My outcome from this has been, I'm just excited about doing more shooting exercises, like just to get back in the process of doing narrative films. Like, I think focusing on the story, like being forced to focus on the story and emotional impact and the meaning you're making, I think that's the beautiful lesson of this tiny task. And this is why, like I said, I've never really made short films. We always made features because we knew, we'd seen so many movies and we know that kind of structure of delivering a lesson over a long period of time. But, you know, doing it in short form and trying to do it is much more, you know, precise, like, or requires more precision. And so you have to have a lot of intentionality. You have to be a lot more intentional with the decisions you make and everything, camera positioning, production design. Well, it's almost more like animation the shorter it gets, you know, because you have to say a lot with very little. Whereas it's like writing a novel, you know, compared to a short story. I guess you write a novel, it's like, it doesn't matter if one sentence here or there is kind of filler or doesn't need to be there. I'm definitely getting bitten by mozzies or mosquitoes, if you don't say mozzie internationally. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, for me, I just want to start doing experiments. Like, what can I do? Like, what effect can I get with the tracking shot? What's good storytelling for that? What effect can I get with this? What about if I start playing with lighting? Because I got no lights out for this. I did it all just with natural light. And I know I can do so much with the lighting, but I just haven't done it yet. And it's funny being a one-man band, like not having crews. So that's been an interesting learning experience for me as well. So it's funny how you can do this stuff 20 years. Like, if you're still watching this now, and if you've watched none of my other videos, I don't know why you would have gotten this video first, take 5. But if you've seen none of my other videos, I'm working on this documentary. I'm on more service leave from work. So I used to work in film stuff. Like I made corporate videos and TV ads for 11 years in my late 20s and 30s. And then in my second half of my 30s, and now I'm 43 years old, for the last 10 years, so since I was 33, 34, I've been a teacher. And I have long service leave, so I have a few months off from work. But yeah, 20 years ago in 2005, I made my first feature film. It's called Maryborough ... But I'm making a documentary about making 5 independent feature films. 3 of them I finished and 2 I didn't. It's called Confessions of a Failed Filmmaker. So it's talking about, you know, making movies and dedicating myself to making movies, but never really doing that much with it. So I don't know, I love it. I feel like I've lived a creative life and I'm very lucky, and I've done a lot of great stuff. Like the corporates and TV ads and stuff were great, and teaching's been great. I've had a lot of effect on a lot of people. So I'm really happy with my life. But I guess now, 11 years of that and almost 11 years of this, like filming and then teaching, it's like, what's next? Do I go back to filming? Do I just do what my dream always was and just focus on narrative stuff? Like, I'm excited about sharing to a bigger audience. After 10 years of teaching, I just thought, how have I never... I guess I was always, I held back from wanting to put myself out there, like, and even with the films, and this is going to go into the documentary, that, you know, we made these films, but we did nothing with them, you know. One of them, our third feature film, did get distribution in the US and UK, but like we never really tried to do a hardcore marketing push, you know. So some people in the world have seen the film, but it certainly doesn't, you know, it's not known, you know. It certainly was never on video store shelves or anything like that. And so, yeah, so for me, I don't know, I'm excited about sharing knowledge. I'm excited about trying to build a community. This is what I've talked about in a lot of videos. And yeah, I think making these short films has been fun. I think if nothing else, it's just like getting back into making narrative stuff just has me more excited about helping other people get back into making narrative stuff, or get into it for the first time if they've never made anything. Oh, that's a big fly. Okay, bugs galore. I'm really excited. Thanks for watching the video today. I'm glad I got the short films done, and really it's just giving me momentum. I'm excited about the documentary. I'm excited about these shorts. There's an Australian short film festival called Tropfest, and just today Candice, my wife, bought me an hourglass, because the special item you have to have in it is an hourglass. So the next short film project I'm going to be doing over the next month or so will be figuring out and shooting whatever I'm going to do for Tropfest this year. I've never entered Tropfest. I've followed it for a long, long time. I think the first year I saw it was maybe 2005, same year we made our feature film. So it's been going longer than that, but the first year I heard about it was 2005. And they've had a bit of a hiatus since COVID, so they're coming back after a hiatus. So I'm really excited. And again, probably no chance in hell will I get into the top. I think there's 16 films that usually get, that's what it always was. There was always 16 films that play as part of Tropfest. And then I think that's the best of the rest, which is maybe 32. So, you know, it'd be nice to get in the top 16, but I don't even know what I'm making yet. And again, it'll just be fun to make another smaller narrative film, get back into narrative storytelling. And as I say, eventually maybe write a feature and do that, make my, I guess it'll be 4th finished feature, or 5th or 6th if I finish those old features, which I probably won't. I think they're just done and they're going to go into the documentary, Confessions of a Failed Filmmaker. So there's a bit of thinking out loud for the day. I feel good. It's funny, like, you know, you feel a bit flat. Like when I first found out, I was like, oh, that's a shame. It would have been nice to get acknowledged. But, you know, and it is a lesson that, like, if you want to do something creatively, don't wait for other people to give you permission or tell you that you're good. Like, you'll get something out of it yourself, intrinsically. Like, inside of you, it's like you're motivated to do it. You tell a story that means something to you, and that's the reward, you know. And like any extra rewards or any extra people seeing your stuff and wanting to boost you up, that's beautiful. And that's what you want to build a community around. And that's what I'm excited about with this. Anyone who finds these videos and follows on the journey with me, this is, like I said, video 33. So we've got, you know, I'm going to make another, 67 videos between now and the 31st of December 2025. So a lot of stuff to share, helping build the community. Come on the journey with me. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks everyone. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the films. And if you didn't, feel free to let me know, because like I said, it's not like I spent years of my life making them amazing. That's what came to me and was my best attempt at solving the problem of a 3-shot film that tells a story and gets an emotional response. All right, thanks everyone. I'll see you in the next one.